The second pitfall is ignoring deferred maintenance. An expert is going to identify the problems that are active and that are denigrating the structure and causing the value to go down. For instance, a leaking chimney that is oozing water at the ceiling line. If allowed to go on, it's going to infiltrate that wet plaster, and the plaster is going to detach and fall into the room. Things like that need to be addressed immediately so that you don't cause a larger problem. Also, pests need to be addressed immediately. So if there's a mouse infestation, or if squirrels have broken into the attic, or there are bats, all of these kinds of things need to be addressed immediately because animals are very destructive and they will cause a lot of chewing damage. They will leave their feces and other things in the house that is considered an environmental problem at that point. It's a huge turnoff for buyers. But if a professional addresses it immediately and has receipts with guarantees, then all of a sudden the house is going to be selling for more money and perceived by buyers as being a much more solid investment. Experts like our team, we always use licensed contractors. And in fact, on our team, we have a licensed builder. And so if something structural or mechanical needs to be addressed, we are able to have signed receipts and scopes of work from our licensed builder. And that again gives a lot of confidence to the repairs that we do make. All of the repairs that we're making, they are structural, health, and safety. So those are the things that buyers are inspecting the home for. So if we don't address those things up front, they're going to be called out on the inspection later. But think about all the damage that could have happened in between. So we're able to cut out the extra damage, which is very costly to repair, and we're able to repair it at actual dollar to repair it, or a credit that doesn't even correlate to the actual amount. An expert also keeps a very detailed file of every single repair that's been done, any vandalism that's been noted, any incident at the house whatsoever is time dated and logged. And that way we have a full record of what was found and what was addressed and how it was addressed. So we can explain that later to a buyer should something come up on the inspection and they say, oh, we noticed some bat feces in the attic, and we're able to say, here is the bat receipt. And our professional remediation company, this says exactly what they did, and we have a 5-year guarantee on the work. So that just recently happened to us, and it really just, they were very peaceful with that and they were fine with it. The guarantee really helped. Now, untrained individuals, they're usually in the home for the purpose of sorting through the contents. And I do recommend that families do sort through contents, but in an overarching way, to identify items that they would like to inherit, to pull out personal, sentimental items that speak to the legacy of their parent, to pull out and tag artwork, or again, things that they want to keep with them, to tag financial documents that need to be shredded or those that need to be kept, to tag legal documents that need to go to the attorney or to be shredded. Then we can arrange for a shredder to come in on site and get rid of the sensitive documents that are no longer needed, and we can get the legal and financial documents to those professionals that the family is using. So once everything is tagged in that manner, then usually simultaneously the maintenance is being addressed, landscaping, interior, exterior, and an untrained individual is usually not working kind of with this very mechanized, project managed system. So generally, they're working in the home, they're sorting things, and it may take months and months and months because they're not quite sure what to sort and what not to sort. And sometimes they get into the fine details of what should be donated, when really it would be best to assess if the home is suitable for an estate sale. If so, then the estate sale could happen, and any items that weren't sold could then be bundled and donated all in one swoop. So it would save the family a lot of time. So by ignoring deferred maintenance, by being distracted to contents, oftentimes a family will run out of steam and they will say, I'm just going to sell this home as is. I can't keep up with the maintenance. This is overwhelming to me. And so they may decide to sell the property as is. Real estate investors have their place. They are going to offer usually between 30 and 50% of the value of the home as a cash deal to the family. So if instead there can be a way to address the contents and the condition in a way that optimizes the price, families could be settling at the closing table with $200,000 more for the estate. So by not really addressing this deferred maintenance professionally, it can hurt in the long run. This is an example of a home that had some raccoons trying to get into the garage. This fascia had come off, and you see that the wood is exposed and really in bad shape. And this is showing you what the front door was like. Well, my builder came and he made all of those repairs, and the front door looked like a new front door. They thought they were going to need to buy a $5,000 new front door, but it just needed TLC. Here's another home that we worked on, and we thought we were getting close to the point of being able to put the home on the market when the family member showed us that there was a major plumbing situation going on. The water is just coming down on the outside of those cast iron pipes. So what we needed to do, this is a very historic home. It has wood paneling, carvings, coffered ceilings, gilded portions of the ceilings. The molding is incredible. So obviously these pipes are going into the walls, and we had to think of a way that we could fix this issue without digging and destroying the walls. So I remember seeing a system that was advertised to coat the inside of a sewer pipe that went from your home out to the supply line or out to the street. And I remember seeing how they repaired it from the inside out. And I called our plumbers that are incredible, and they do commercial work and residential work. And they had used that system vertically. So we were able to get them in, and we had a multi-day project, but none of the paneling was ruined or the plaster. So that turned out amazing. Um, but again, deferring the maintenance is not going to be good. Over here on the left, that is just showing us going down with a scope to see how large the cracks were and where they were. And there's actually a distance monitor on this tool. So you can see from where you are how many feet and inches down you are. And then you can figure out exactly where in the wall that large crack is.